welcome back to my channel. I'm here after a while, and if you're new here, I'm Malchi, a Sri Lankan makeup artist and a content creator. So today I was thinking to give this classical simple smoky eye look with a nude lip a go. This was actually a requested tutorial from my clients and from my followers, well, most of them. So I just wanted to give it a try with our stunning model for the day, Shehani. So if you're interested to see how we got this look, please stay with us until the end of the video. And to be honest, if you have some black and brown eyeshadow, this eye look is super easy to achieve. So yeah, without further ado, let's start. So a short clip of Shehani's face before the makeup. This is how she looks before we apply anything on her face. Firstly, I'm going to go with some setting spray from MAC Prep Plus Prime Finishing Mist. So this is going to be her base for today's makeup to keep her face very dewy and hydrated. And I'm using the MAC Cosmetics Concealer Palette, and I'm picking up this shade to conceal her eyelids before we start the eye makeup. To set the eyelids, I'll be using the MAC Studio Fix Powder Plus Foundation in a shade number NC30. And for the base of today's look, I'll be using the shade Sundown from a Natasha Denona bronze palette. So I'm using a Morphe blending brush to blend this out, mostly towards the outer corner of the eye along the crease. Now I'm going to take the Sephora Colorful Eye Crayon in the shade Cappuccino. This is a very subtle brown matte eye pencil. I'll be drawing an eyeliner along the lash line of the upper lid. You don't have to be very neat on this because I'll be smudging this out later to the rest of the eyeshadow. So according to the thickness you want, you can freely draw the liner, just like what I'm doing right here. If you can see closely, there is a very subtle glitter on this eye crayon, and once you're done with it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pointed brush and I'm just going to blend it out to the rest of the shadow. You need to be very quick on this because the eye crayon dries very fast on the skin. And now I would like to take the shade Deep Dive from the same palette, and this is just to intensify the look that we have already created. So I would like to start blending out from the outer corner towards the middle of the eyelid with a very light hand. You can take your time and blend out to avoid all the harsh lines that you created with the eye crayon before. So once you're done, you would get something like this. If you feel it's still not dark enough for you guys, you can add more shadow and make it more darker. Now I'm taking the Inglot matte black gel liner in the shade 77. So I'll be using an eyeliner brush, and I'm gonna draw a very thin eyeliner very close to the lash line, like this. You don't have to go for a wing actually, because I'll be smudging this out too. So take your time and just draw a very thin liner along the lash line. Next, I would like to take a pointed brush and start blending the liner out. As I said before, keep in mind, as soon as you finish drawing the liner, make sure you start blending it. Otherwise, it'll be really hard to blend out. And then I would like to take a blending brush and blend everything out. Make sure to start from the outer corner towards the inner corner. So you would get something like this after all the blending. You really can adjust the darkness of the eyes according to your preference. If you want it to be a bit more lighter, you obviously can add brown, or if you want it to be darker, you can add more black. Next, I'll be applying some lashes. I'll be using the Lavie Lash Pack in Fleur. If you don't want lashes, you obviously can skip this step. Now for her brows, I'll be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow Pomade in the shade Ebony. I don't have to change the shape of her eyebrows much. I'm just gonna like fill in all the gaps and make it a bit more thicker because that's how she wanted it. Now moving on to the face, I'm going to take the MAC concealer palette that I took earlier with the same shade. I'll be concealing the forehead, the nose, under eyes, both sides of the mouth, basically all the places that she has pigmentation and acne scars. For the foundation, I'll be using two shades from MAC Studio Fix Plus. One is NC30 and one is NC42. So I'll be taking equal portions from both the foundations and I'm going to mix it, and I'll be applying it on her face with a damp beauty wedge. Don't forget to apply foundation on the ears and also on your neck. And then for the cream contour, I'll be using the Tantour from Huda Beauty in the shade medium. So I'll be contouring the cheekbones and the jawline and also the nose. I'm going to leave out her forehead. Once you finish blending out all the cream contour, I'm going to bronze her face. For that, I'll be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzing kit, and I'll be using this shade right here. And I'll be bronzing out her cheeks and also her jawline. And I'm going to put some bronzer onto her nose as well. So once I'm done with all the bronzing and contouring, I'm going to set her entire face with a powder. I'll be using the MAC Studio Fix powder to foundation in NC30. So here I'm using a fluffy foundation brush. So as I said before, this helps to set your foundation, your entire makeup in place. Back to her eyes, I'm going to use the Streetwear Eyeliner Kajal for her low lash line. So since this is a smoky eye look, I want it to be really intensified. So I'm just going to draw like a thick liner along her lower lash line. Let's hop into some baking. I'll be using Mercier translucent powder. So I'm going to bake the under eyes and also the face. Using the shade Sunburn from Natasha Denona bronze palette, I'll be applying it along the lower lash line right under the eyeliner kajal that we applied earlier. I normally do this to give the whole smoky eyes a very fierce look, and this completes the whole eye makeup for today's tutorial. And for some mascara, I'll be using the L'Oreal Paris Voluminous Original Mascara. After all the baking, I'm going to brush out all the powder on her face with a fluffy powder brush like this. For the blush, I'm using Patrick Ta Cream Powder Blush in the shade Shisola. So always just applying the blush to the apples of the cheeks. And for the highlighter, I'll be using the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt Highlight Duo in this shade. I'll be highlighting the top of her cheekbone and the nose and also the cupid's bow. And for the lip, I'll be using the MAC lip pencil in the shade Spice. So I'll be using a lip liner before using a lip color. I'll be going with a nude lip color as well as a nude lipstick. And for the lipstick, I'll be using the Kylie Cosmetics Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Dolce K. You always can keep it very matte or glossy, doesn't matter. But I think this shade goes really well with her skin color and also with the eye look that we created today. And to set everything up, I'll be using the MAC Prep Plus Prime Finishing Mist in Gold Light. So that's the end of the video. I hope you loved it. Obviously, you don't have to follow each and every step that I did here. You can change and do necessary alterations according to your liking, even the lip color as well. So if you liked my video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you still haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and show me some love. Planning to do a video very soon Until then, have a great week, have a great day, and see you soon.